What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And as you can clearly see, we've made a few changes to the layout once again, as we usually do. I figure it's time for a good spring cleaning and a brand new spring layout. So, anyways, this is going to be the review for the Transformers. What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be back at it with a figure that okay, this figure I was not expecting to acquire so soon, but at the same time I was also like, well, better early than late. So, anyways. So here we are. We're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Prima Prime. And this is quite the figure, I must say. So y'all know the rules, though. We don't take a look at the figure first. We take a look at the packaging, and the packaging is quite nice, I must say. I'm so glad that they're ditching the old, eco-friendly packaging that just never worked. I mean, it was more prone to scalping. People were more, it was just an issue. So I'm glad we have the plastic window in front of the box again. So anyways, we have Prima Prime right here on the side image right there. We have Prima Prime there, the 13 Prime, 13 Prima Prime. We got Prima right there. We got Prima Prime on the back here. So yeah, and then here we have the Star Saber that comes with him, and on the side of the packaging you can clearly see what is to come for the next few waves. To which, by the way, I can already tell you that they're just going to repackage Vector Prime, because this is what that looks like already. So anyways, this is going to be quite a journey we're going to take here. So now let's take a look at the essence of Primus himself. Here we have Prima, and if I'm not mistaken, this is technically the very first, or the very first figure we've gotten of Prima, to my knowledge, aside from that Power of the Primes figure that was just basically a little block. So, yeah. Anyways, we have the Star Saber here. Let's take a quick look at that, which this Star Saber is based more off of the aligned continuity. Or, is it the aligned continuity or the Prime? Which one is the Prime universe? Like the Transformers Prime universe continuity. And the only reason I say that is because this actually looks like the sword from that show. So, and you can literally just swap around the blade wherever you want. So, and there's ports everywhere here, so you can totally just plug it in right there. You can totally just plug it in right there if you feel like it. So, gotta say, that's quite nice. You can't really store it underneath. And by the way, he does suffer from visible head syndrome, which is unfortunately a problem with a lot of figures in the more recent days. I just don't know why Hasbro can't seem to fix that problem. If I worked for Hasbro, I would be able to give y'all an answer, but I don't. So, but anyways, that's pretty much it for all of that fun stuff. So now we are going to remove the weapon off to the side here, and we shall get him into his scale comparisons. Actually, before we do that, though, I must make a quick note about the Cybertronian mode. Okay, so take note. A lot of people were bashing the way that this looked in the live stream. How do you depict a Transformer that's never transformed into something before? Like, seriously, like, how do you depict something that's never been has transformed before? Literally, if Primus literally was making more Transformers and everything of that nature, and they all couldn't transform, and they all were supposed to go from point A to point B, and, one of them shows them how to do it, and this is what he turns into. I mean, honestly, that is a very noteworthy thing to do. So, plus, not to mention, we don't know if there were vehicles on Cybertron for the Transformers to drive around. We know there were spaceships, but we don't know if there were any other types of vehicles like this. So, not to mention, they kind of stole some lookage from the Origins Wheeljack to give it kind of a Cybertronian look to it, but at the same time kind of explain why it looks like this. So, anyways, here we have him. We're going to get into scale comparisons, and then we shall get into the transformation, and then final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure. Excuse me. Lost my train of thought there for a moment. Anyways, here he is next to another Prime. Here he is next to Solus. Still looking for Megatronus, so I gotta get her partner in crime. Here he is next to what I'm sure is going to be the Age of the Primes version, but here he is next to Vector Prime, Legacy United, Voyager class Vector Prime, to be specific. Here he is next to Titan's Return, the old Titan's Return, Alpha Trion. Here he is next to Kingdom, Commander Class Rodimus, the current bearer of the Matrix of Leadership. And finally, here he is next to Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, which is quite nice, gotta say. So, all right. So now that we are done with that, let's get into the transformation. And before I forget, in this next bit, you can store the hilt itself. I don't know why this is a very important thing to note of, but you can store the hilt of the sword, just not the rest of it. I genuinely don't know why they made this bit right here the only place you can stick this, but you can stick the hilt of the sword in there. You can't stick the Matrix on it and have it still sitting there and have him clear the ground. It just doesn't work, but you can totally have him like this and it'll still roll just fine. But I genuinely don't know why that's a thing, but it is. So I'm going to take all of this and remove it off to the side for now, and we're going to work on getting this thing into robot mode. So to start things off, I'm just going to start with the legs, and the legs here, you just take them and you unfold them like so. Flip out the foot, take these, and they just there's a double hinge, and they just kind of accordion in onto the legs and they just fill in that gap, kind of like that. So let's do that. And then we can just split the legs. There we go. So now legs have been split. Now you're going to take these wheels here that are in the weirdest configuration. You're going to bring them to the side like this first. Then you're going to take this, bring this up, and then it just untabs from these. And then you're going to untab the shoulders, or what are going to be the shoulders here, and then you're going to rotate this all the way around. First, let's flip up the head, then let's close all this up, and then rotate all of this around like so. And then we're going to take these, straighten them out, and this backpack piece will just double hinge, and these tabs right here on the shoulders will just go right into the back of the chest like that. So if we give it just a second here, let's fold that all the way back and can shove that right in there and make sure all that's nice and tightly done. And there you have that. So now you're going to finish the arms, and we're going to just flip out the hands like so, and just close these up and rotate them around so that everything looks like this. So flip out said hand, close this up, rotate that around like so, and just because we're peoples and I'm me, we're going to open this up. Unfortunately, I don't have my Lego piece here today, so we're just using what's at our disposal. So here we go. Make sure all this stays put, and we can then place the Matrix, which is, by the way, is quite nicely painted as what it was in the comics, to my knowledge. But there we go. We have another Prime holding the Matrix, and then, as I showed previously earlier in the episode, just take the sword, line it up, and you just plop that right on in his hand, like that, and there we have this. So, and by the way, the hands do open and close, so you can totally just open them up if you want to, and close them up if you really want to. So, do that, and there you have Prima Prime. Oh wait, hold on, let's flay these shoulder pads out just a little bit, kind of make them look a little bit more cool. So there you go. But there you have the Transformers Age of Extinction, Age of the Primes, Prima Prime in his robot mode. And I gotta say, I quite dig this. So let's take a quick look at the face sculpt really quickly, because the face sculpt is something that I think is quite a nice little note that they did not need to do, but they did anyway. This figure is based off of, okay, and take note, you guys can totally, yell at me in the comments. You can get mad at me. You can totally do that. I will allow everybody to comment. Everybody has their own opinion. It's great. Everybody hates the name. Once again, I didn't name this thing. All I know is that his name is Prime. But also, take note, this character is based off of a character that did happen in the G1 cartoon. Now, if you guys do or do not remember, dust off your 80s brains, dust off your G1 Transformers lore, go back to the episode 5 Faces of Darkness. I believe it's part 4. I think it's either part 3 or part 4. I can't remember exactly which one. But this guy makes an appearance. He was in the gladiator pits, and he tried to rebel against the Quintessons because he didn't want to fight anymore. That's this guy. So, yeah. But anyways, so in terms of everything of the nature, I do quite dig this figure. By the way, this head sculpt, I honestly did not think this was going to be a thing, but I do quite dig this head sculpt a lot. Like, I really thought it was going to be ugly as all get out when I heard they were doing, when I saw the promo images for this. But I gotta say, I like this. I can't get enough of this figure. It just looks beautiful. So, anyways, let's get him into his scale comparisons. Then we shall get into final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure, and then we shall end the video. So, anyways, here he is next to Age of the Prime's Soulless Prime. So, here he is next to the Old Titans Return Alpha Trion. Here he is next to the Legacy United Voyager Vector Prime. Here he is next to the Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus. It's kind of sad that the Commander classes don't even tower above these guys anymore. And finally, here he is next to Studio Series 86 Commander Class Prime. This is the only Commander class that actually stands up above him, but only by a few hairs. So, all right. So, where shall we rank this figure here? Or final thoughts. Actually, let's get into the final thoughts section. Excuse me. I dig this figure. Not for the vehicle mode, I dig it for the robot mode. The robot mode is certainly where this guy shines the most. I definitely don't have an issue with that. I completely dig this. I can't get enough of the fact that they even are bothering to go with the 13 Primes lore anymore. Because for the longest time, I thought they were just going to give us, a few things here, a few things there. I thought they were, I honestly, to my wholehearted truthness, I genuinely thought that we were just going to get basically Legacy 4. And that's not what we got. Not even close is that what we got. I basically joked the entire time that this stuff was getting made, that Age of the Primes was basically just going to be Legacy 4, that all it was going to be was just another round of the Legacy toys. And I'm so grateful to say that this is not what that is. So, anyways, now that I have to rank this figure, it is a brand new mold, it is a brand new pretty much everything. So, I'm going to rank this thing pretty rather nicely. Not to mention, it's a depiction of the first Transformer to ever grace its footsteps on Cybertron. So, anyways, if I have to rank this figure, and I'm going to rank him decently at that. So, let's rank this figure. I will rank him, let's give him a 9. Let's give him a decent 9. That's a good score. There are a few things, though, that you can do with this figure that I don't really think a lot of other reviewers have said. There is a port here. We discovered this on the live stream. You can actually shove the sword in his back and have it like it should be. I'm impressed by that. Hasbro's definitely got me. Now, there's also one more thing you can do with this. Is there is a port on both sides here, so it doesn't matter which one you use. You can port this right into there, and you can totally have him reach back and grab on to that sword. Like, Hasbro, you did not need to seriously spoil us with all of this stuff. You did not need to. You genuinely did not need to, but I gotta give you credit for the fact that you did anyway. So, bravo. Bravo, bravo. The reason why I'm not giving it any higher of a ranking, instead of giving it a 9.5 to 10, is because there is a massive lack of paint on this dude. There is so minimal of paint on him. Somebody with a dry brush and stuff like that would just be having a heyday with this. So I gotta say, I do wish there was some more paint, or maybe it was blue, not white. But I'm not complaining about that. So, but anyways, that has been the review for the Transformers Voyager class Age of the Primes Prima Prime. And this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Lemon Lime Productions, Marvelous Ball, Skibbity Jacket, Kitten Cat 999. I'll throw Corey Tucker out in there as well. The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, and New York Toy Hunter, as they're all some amazing people and have done some amazing. Whoa! I nicked the camera. Don't want to do that. So, anyways, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to check all of them out, and do not forget to check out the main channel, which I will leave a link to in the description below. Also, do not forget to check out the Age of the Primes playlist that we have just begun here as well, which I will leave a link in the description down below as well. So, anyways, please leave a comment if you would like to see me do more Transformers videos, and which ones you'd like to see me do next. So, anywho, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.